Hey, how's it going? So, it's Wednesday. I never know when I'm coming on anymore. I never know if I'm on a Wednesday or a Monday or a Thursday. So, I'm just, everywhere. So, I just want to make sure the connection is okay. Hey, guys, how's it going? Let me see who's here. Hey, Chris, how's it going? Wave to you. Hi, darling. Hi, guys. We just waved to all of you. Hi. Oh, let's see who we got. So we're just waiting. Oops. There we go. Okay. To be so sensitive with this. Okay. Hey, Jackie. Oh, you're so excited for today. Awesome. Okay. Hey, Melissa. How's it going, guys? Hi, Kat. So, we are hanging out today. Yay. So, we are going to hang out and talk about dreams. And we're going to talk about visitations because we get them, and of course, why wouldn't we, right? I mean, why wouldn't we get visitations? Of course we're going to get visitations. So we're going to talk about that a little bit, and I'll talk a minute about why I'm even going to have a conversation about this, because I always like to share on how inspiration floats to me and when. So anyways, let me just oh, there we go. Okay. Anyway, so I'm just going to let a couple of people kind of chime in, and let me just say hello for a second to some of you. Hi, Keisha. Hey, Joyce. Hey, Marie. Hey, Lisa. I'm trying to do this without my glasses. Good luck. All right. Give me luck. Let me try to wave too. Hang on. If I could just do this without. Hi, guys. Hi, you guys. Hey, Kathy. How are you, sweetheart? Hi, Pamela. Hi, Bonnie. Hi, Sarah. Hey, Ann. How are you, honey? Hi, Evie. Hi, Lori. How are you? And Kristen. How you guys doing? Okay, so where are y'all chiming in from? And tell me why you're excited about this topic. So, because I want to have an interaction here, right? Because a lot of us have dreams, and a lot of us have been, have had visitations, or have had something we thought were visitations, and kind of want a little clarity on that. Because sometimes when we get visitations, we're like, was that my loved one? Or wasn't that my loved one? Am I making this up? Was that just a dream? Was that a visitation? How do you know the difference? So, and how loved ones communicate with you during a visitation, because they are. Because when you get a visit, it's because they're trying to tell you something, they're trying to talk to you, right? But there's things we'll get into. So let me just say hi. Hey, Debbie. How are you, Oklahoma? Evie's excited for this topic. Keisha, let me see. Oh, I just lost you, Keisha. Where'd you go? Maryland. So Keisha's in Maryland, and Lisa's in Pennsylvania. Hi, Stephanie. How are you, sweetheart? Hi, Stephanie. Hi, Connie. How you guys doing? Love all this. So hi, Tracy. How are you? Kristen, Central Cali. Good, honey, good. Okay, good. It's very cold in Virginia, Anne says. All right, sunny in California, although super, super foggy this morning. Oh my gosh, walking my dog. Had to go to the office early today, right? So I had to walk my dog early. So much fog, my hair like, I even put a beanie on and tried to cover it because I had to run to work. And I'm like, yeah. It was really foggy at the beach today. So how you guys all doing? Who's over here on Insta? So let's see. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Ashley. Acvit, oh, I don't know that. Ace Ace something. Work with me. Hi, Denise. How are you? Hi, Jess. How are you? Hi, Denise Calvinier. Hi, sweetheart. Let me wave at some of you guys. Hang on. I'm trying to still figure this out. I know I'm just a disaster on Instagram, aren't I? I feel like let's see. Ashley sent a request to be in your live. Let's see. Let's just play. Okay, Ashley, I am going to give you a try here. Let's see. Let's see if that works. And then we're going to get going. Oops, okay. Oh, there she is. Hold on, I think that's her. I see. Oh, we see. Hi. How are you? Turn your volume up a little bit, darling. Or maybe I have to turn my volume up. Can you hear me? Okay, good. How you doing? Really good. What's going on? Hold on a second, honey. I can't hear you so well. Hold on a minute. Okay, let me see. Is that better? There we go. Oh, I think I hear you better now. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's a little better. Okay. How are you, Ashley?
I'm good. Yeah, I lost my little sister in April.
You lost your little
And
sister.
yeah,
I'm sorry to hear that.
yeah, me too. She died. She was only 16.
Still not hearing you so well. I'm sorry. She had what?
She had bad cerebral palsy. She couldn't walk, talk, or think. Um, she had epilepsy.
Well, honey, in spirit, she won't be having any of those things.
Yeah,
So, in spirit, everyone's very well. And you'll find that when people do visitations that we're going to talk about today, that, loved ones always come in very healthy and very whole and very joyful. So please know your
yeah,
sister in spirit doesn't have those same symptoms and conditions that she had here in life. So please know that
yeah,
her personality, her soul is all beautiful and the same, but her symptoms and conditions are not like that. So please know that she's well in spirit.
yeah. Thank you.
Okay, I hope that you hang on and listen to the live. And thank you for chiming in and thanks for joining my live.
You're welcome. Bye.
Okay, honey, see you later. Okay, there we go. So how's it going? Are we all, am I still on Instagram? Hold on. Okay, let me just see if we're still on. Something's buzzing. Can somebody throw me some hearts or something? Let me know if I'm still on Instagram. Can somebody? Okay, I know somebody else is trying to do a request. Hang on. Okay, hang on one second. Okay, guys, so I know we want to talk a little bit about, okay, good, you can hear me. Fantastic, thank you. Okay, guys. Hi, guys. Thank you for the hearts. Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit today and hang on to kind of go on to join just in a little bit. Let me just kind of get going because I know some people are excited and I don't want to keep everybody. So I'm happy to kind of bring you on Instagram live and can have a chat. Let's just kind of just do it a little bit later and then I can take some more. Okay. So first of all, we're going to talk a little bit. I want to tell you, so first of all, fun things. So before we kind of get going, yesterday or the day before, it's kind of a fun fact. I was driving home. I see my mom. It was Monday. So on Mondays, I go and I see my mom, right? So I do my Monday mom days. So Mama Mondays. And I go and take care of her, do grocery shopping and things like that for her and take her to doctors or whatever. And so Mondays are kind of my days with her. And I'm driving home and she's about 2 hours away from me. And so I'm on the freeway driving and, I'm driving on the freeway. I got a ways to go. There's lots of traffic. And I'm like, I'm going to call my girlfriend. And this particular girlfriend that I'm calling, right? Every single time we've been friends 20 years, and every single time we call each other, I get her voicemail, she gets my voicemail, I get her voicemail, she gets my voicemail, and we always play this phone tag like twice before we actually connect, or even 3 times. And sometimes we have to like make appointments. Can we talk at 2? You want to Zoom next Thursday at 4? So we always have to make like appointments with one another. And so I didn't expect that she was going to answer the phone. And so I'm like, wow. So I called her, and I thought for sure I'd get her voicemail, and there she was answering the phone. I'm like, well, that's cool. So I said, hey, how are you? And she's like, oh my God, my phone was right in my hand. And there I saw you calling and I picked right up. And I'm like, cool, it's meant to be. So we're talking for like 20, 30 minutes. And, there's a reason why I'm sharing this. And so we start talking. And then, all of a sudden, her dad comes in. And her dad steps in to our conversation, and he comes in and he's starting to communicate with me to communicate for his daughter, who's my girlfriend. And I'm like, whoa. And I'm like on the 405 freeway, bumper to bumper traffic, having this conversation, and now I'm giving my girlfriend a reading on the freeway. And I loved it. And I was like, oh my gosh, because you got to focus, you kind of have to be in a little bit of a different state, right? When you're working with the spirit world, and I'm like bumper to bumper traffic. So I'm like, oh my gosh, how are we going to do this? And it was just so cute. It was so beautiful. And she got some lovely messages from her dad as we were driving. And, I think it's really interesting because, people sometimes say, gosh, if I'm not in person with you and I do you over Zoom, will it be the same way? Will it be the same? Will the connection be as good? I'm like, yes, absolutely. Spirits wherever you are. And so here I am in the car driving on the freeway in traffic on the phone with my girlfriend, and her dad steps in and starts giving me messages to share with her daughter that was very profound for her and really meaningful for her. And it was just amazing and really specific. And so it was awesome. And so, and I share this kind of fun because I don't typically give readings on the freeway. But what's fun about it was we always, for 20 years, I have to leave a message. She leaves a message. I leave a message. She leaves a message. And then she answered because her dad knew he wanted to connect. And so I think he arranged that, I swear, because her phone was right in her hand. The moment I was calling her, she was able to pick up. That never happens with us. So anyway, I just thought that was kind of cool. And so to answer questions, like, do loved ones, does it matter where you are? And I always say, it doesn't matter where you sit in the world and where I sit in the world. When we gather, Spirit shows up. And so that was just kind of a fun thing that happened on Monday. So anyway, it was kind of cool. So, okay. So I just want to, let me see what's kind of going on here really quick. Hi, Medium Helen. How are you? Let's see. Oh, let me see. Hi, Paula. How are you, sweetheart? There you go. Okay. Oh, more waves. Hang on. Let me just, am I supposed to do this? Okay, perfect. Let me just see here. Okay, I will look into all that, but okay, perfect. Hi, Denise. All right, good. So anyway, wasn't that kind of cool? Oh, hey, Kathy, how are you? Nice to see you up here, upstate New York. My dad comes to me in my dreams often. Oh, Marie says that. Wonderful. Let's talk about that one. Okay, so we're going to talk. Hi, Sandy. How are you? Cold in Reno. Moo, burr. It was really cold last week, but it's not that cold today. Kat from Camarillo. How you guys doing? Chicago for Sarah. Hi there, Sarah. Washington is Deborah. Hi, Deborah. How are you? Hey, you sent me something. I responded back to you. Did you get that, darling? Okay, perfect. Hi, Erin. How are you? Pennsylvania. North Carolina is Lindsay. We got Kim from Texas. We got lots of people from all over. We got Tammy in Oxnard. We got all sorts. Florida is Maryland. Maryland's in Florida. Hi, Lori. It's so good when my husband visits and I can see he is no longer in pain, right? Like I was telling the lady that came on with her sister that just passed. When they pass, they're no longer in that state or in that condition. So wonderful for Lori to sit there and write there that she receives messages from her husband in spirit, and he's always very good. And so hope that gives some confirmation from what I was saying to I think it was it Ashley that came in who had just lost her sister. Okay, so we are going to anyway, guys. Hi, Julie. All right, guys, good. So anyway, so we're going to sit there and we're going to talk about dreams. So have you guys ever had like super crazy dreams? Like you wake up and it's like, what the what the heck was that? And sometimes we wonder like, what is going on? Like, why would I dream about something so crazy? Or none of this makes sense. Like, how come these dreams don't really make sense? And we sometimes take our dreams literally, and we need to kind of break it up a little bit. So dreams need to be kind of broken up a little bit and to kind of make sense of several different things that happen within a dream, like where you were in the dream, who was in the dream, how are you feeling in the dream, what symbol did you see in the dream, what does that symbol represent for you, what was showing up that reminds you of something, what does that something make you feel like, you see. Dreams are really about you kind of processing things that you weren't able to process in day life, right? So, we get a lot of impressions all the time in life. We get a lot going on all the time coming at us, and we don't always work through that stuff. And so dreams is when we're able to kind of work through stuff. It allows us in more of a receptive state to kind of gain some clarity. But it's hard for us to understand that because we wake up and it's like, okay, so how come I was living in this, like what's going on? Like, I don't know what's happening with these dreams. Like none of it makes sense. But they really will make sense if you don't take it so literally and you kind of just break it down and make kind of sense. So for instance, I'll share a story here just real quick about a client that I had. And we were talking about a dream that she had, and she thought it was a visitation. And and it wasn't a visitation, but she felt it was a visitation, and she was talking to me about it. We were on the phone, and so I said, okay, well, tell me about the dream. And she is pregnant in her life currently, and she had said that her parents had come to her in a visitation or a dream. She wasn't quite sure. She thought it was her parents giving her a message in her dream, and it was and she was really afraid in this dream, and she was very she was pregnant, and she was told, or she felt like her parents were telling her that if she has this baby, she was going to die. And she was really traumatized by this, right? And so she had won a reading, or she had won a phone call with me. And what was interesting, about this, and she was just really torn up about this, obviously, right? Because here you have, you're pregnant, and it's supposed to be a really wonderful, happy time, and then you get this dream that you get this message, so called, and that something's going to go wrong and you're not going to make it, right? And so now you're living in fear, right, and anxiety and things like that. And so I was telling her, as I was analyzing this dream with her, and I've been getting a lot of dream analyzing in a lot of my readings lately. I don't know why, but it seems to be kind of a theme, which is why I'm doing this Facebook Live. And so this woman, so I was telling her, that wasn't your parents telling you this. So I want you to pause a minute and think about, being pregnant. You're pregnant right now. How does that feel? And she says, I feel scared. I feel nervous. Why? And then she started talking about how she's had pregnancies before, and she has children, but the pregnancies were really hard. They were really tough for her, and she really struggled with these pregnancies, and she really had a really hard time, and there was a lot of close calls in these pregnancies. So of course you're going to have fear, right? You're going to have nerves about that. So when you find out you're pregnant again, although your babies are fine, you go back to that trauma of going through those experiences of being pregnant with this touch and go happening all the time, right? So I said, so you have a lot of anxiety and, all this. And she said, yeah. And I said, gosh, honey, I said, your dream is trying to work through this anxiety that you're having about being pregnant. And what I want you to do is stop for a second and pause. So talk about for a second, how are you doing now? Good. How are your children now? Good. Did they make it? Yeah. Did the pregnancies go well? Yes. Were you fine? Yes. Here you are, right? So everything worked out. But she was just having this, she was reverting back to past experiences. And this dream was coming up to the surface for her of her past feelings that she still had within her about past experiences that she had related to pregnancies, you see. And I said, darling, I said, your mom and dad aren't coming into your dream talking to you about that. They're the ones that gave you the phone call to talk with me to get you to see it differently. And in that moment, like, everything really changed for her, because she was thinking, like, this dream, which is what it was not a visitation, because a visitation, you leave feeling uplifted. You feel touched. And we'll go into that, but you don't feel worried or fearful or negative or anything like that. That's not a visitation. So what was happening was she had been stressing out about this pregnancy, about being pregnant, about, oh my God, is it going to happen? Maybe this is the time where it's not going to work. And then your mind goes through all this, and it's trying to process all what's going on and what you're thinking and what you're in your day-to-day life feeling and experiencing. And then, oh, boom, now you're going to have a dream, and it's all going to come to the surface. But it's really coming to the surface to allow you to look at it deeper. And so that phone call that she won with me was about allowing her that opportunity to see it differently, and to let her know that, gosh, you know what? You have several other pregnancies you've already got under your belt. You already have a few other children. You're already doing amazing. The kids are all fine. You're fine. And now you're so much smarter and wiser and aware. You know how to eat better. You know what to think about. You know what happens. You know what the symptoms are. So you're so much more prepared and equipped than you were before. So not only are you fine, but you're so much more knowledgeable. And that this pregnancy is going to be a breeze. And so, because you have so much data and knowledge from the past experience, and it just totally changed her viewpoint. And then she recognized that this was not a visit, that this was just her own soul expressing her own fears and her own anxieties that were laying deep within her from previous experiences. Do you see what I'm saying? Does that make sense? And what's really funny is because when I was driving up, I was taking her call at another location. So I was actually driving to that location, and I parked. And as I was driving up for that location, that's when I decided I'm going to do I'm going to do a Facebook Live on dreams. And then I get on the phone with this girl, with this lovely lady, and the whole issue with her is about her dream. And isn't that interesting? You see, so when I drive, I always get a lot of inspiration that pours in me, and I'm always kind of being led a little bit in my direction of where to go and what to talk about, and yada yada. But isn't that interesting? Like, it was literally that morning, like with like an hour before, I was already feeling like we got to talk about dreams. We're going to have a live on dreams, and then I parked the car and talked with her about it, and worked it all out with her, and allowed her to stop and pause and say, where is this fear coming from? Where is this anxiety coming from? What is it? Let's break it down. And then it made perfect sense. And then we were able to flip it and see that she didn't have any reasons to feel that way. And it gave her a lot of, she felt a whole lot better after that. And so I was really happy to be able to take that call with her, because she was really a little bit wound up, and you know, you know, not feeling so good. And gosh, you used to feel so good when you're pregnant. So anyway, what do you think about that? Does that make sense to you guys? I try to figure out what the dreams mean, right? And we're going to talk about that. Connie says interesting. Anne says beautiful, a sign. Wow. Okay, perfect. So you've been having a lot recently. Hi, Cassie. Keisha says my family members visit all the time, especially my grandma. Grandmas love to visit. I'm telling you, grandmas, just like they liked visits in life, they love visiting. So wonderful. Okay, guys. So let me just see how we're doing here on Insta. Ooh, okay, I'm going to get to you guys in just a minute. Okay, perfect. So, all right. So anyway, so I just thought that was kind of interesting. So it's a little bit of a lesson for us, which is why I'm sharing this this beautiful girl's little story here, is really because there's a way so you can kind of understand, so she got all, worked up, and, dreams are about having us work through things. So, sometimes people say, what are dreams trying to tell us? And dreams aren't really trying to tell us anything. Dreams are trying to show us. So, it's really more like that. It's really more about dreams wanting to show us things that we can feel into, that we can go into the understanding of what it is that they're showing us. It's not like textbook, like it's trying to teach us something. It's not trying to tell us something. It's trying to show us something, trying to show us something that we need to look at. We need to dig in a little bit deeper, like that girl with her anxiety about being pregnant and worried that she wasn't going to make it through the pregnancy. And it was just past stuff. And as soon as she was able to connect it and understand that this fear and anxiety was coming from past experiences that were resurfacing, it was time for her to put a kibosh on that so that she could move forward in this pregnancy, feeling excited and knowing that she has so much data within her that she didn't have those first times. So of course she's going to handle it better and more solid, because she knows so much more, because she has that experience now. So it really shifted her. So what I say is, when you're getting dreams, pay attention to what is being shown to you, and how does that fit in your life. So how can you take away from that? This girl was pregnant, and she could take the fact that she was pregnant before, and these feelings were coming up from those past pregnancies. So when you're getting things in your dreams, does it relate to something that happened a few days ago, a month ago, something several months ago, even your childhood? And people often talk a lot about, dream dictionaries and things like that, right? And I'm not a big fan of dream dictionaries. And the reason why I say that, maybe I say that because, I'm a medium, and I know that personal readings that I give is always slightly different to another person, because their experience with their loved ones and the relationships with their loved ones are always different. Therefore, how they come forward is always going to be different. It's always going to be a little more of a unique experience from one another. Even when you're doing mediumship every day, you can have 5 readings in a day, and they're all going to be different, right? And I believe dreams are the same way, because, you might get something that's similar, for instance, falling. A lot of us have dreams where we fall. You wake up before you get hit the ground, right? We're falling. And some people feel very terrified by that. But then we have to ask ourselves, well, are we afraid of heights? Did something just happen that made you fall? What just kind of fell or crashed in your life that would make you feel fearful of that, right? Because some people will associate falling as really dynamic and exciting, like free falling. Some people thrive on that, right? So that person having a dream about falling isn't going to have the same experience as perhaps maybe another person, right? Like, I don't like falling, so I know my experience is going to be different than somebody who's a skydiver or a free faller, right? They're going to think that's awesome, and I'm not going to think that at all, right? Because that wouldn't resonate with me. So I think that dreams are very personal, and the experiences are always going to be unique and different. So I think that when we look at a dream dictionary, sometimes it's kind of fun to kind of go, okay, well, that's a possibility, but it should never be in lieu of you looking deeper into what the dream is trying to show you. And how am I feeling from that dream? Because that's data. And really, like in mediumship, right? We feel, we see, we hear, there's all these different things that go on in regards to communicating with loved ones. And it's the same when you have a visitation from a loved one. And it's really kind of the same too when you are analyzing your dreams, because you're receiving. When we do mediumship, we're receiving. When you're dreaming, you're receiving. And then it's for you to understand what it feels like from what you're receiving. How is it making you feel? And it's about, like as a clairvoyant, right? We have images, and dreams are images, right? Dreams are not textbook words. Dreams are images, right? So in the mix of a dream, you're being clairvoyant, aren't you? So there's this clairvoyance that's kind of coming forth, and it's like, are we paying attention to the imagery that's being shown to you? Are you paying attention to what's being given you, what's being shown to you? Dreams are about are what they're trying to show you, not tell you. And so it's important that you make a note of everything you're receiving. So there was another client that came to me, and we were talking about dreams, and we given a reading, and then I always say, is there any other questions? And then they say, can I talk to you about a dream? I'm like, okay, seems to be like what they do these days. So I get a lot of that lately, it seems. And so I said, okay, sure. And she had this dream about a gorilla in her backyard. And she had this big, massive gorilla in her backyard. And then on the back, it was her backyard. And then on the back wall was all of these wild animal cats, like tiger, lion, bobcat, mountain lion, all these cats. And she was like in the corner of her backyard feeling, really out of sorts, really out of place, like afraid to make a move. And she was seeing herself in her dream like that. And so I kind of tapped in, and I was like, okay. I said, honey, can I ask you something? This is a mediumship reading, right? So it wasn't like a life reading. So I wasn't talking about her life in the reading. It was a mediumship reading. So at the end, she asked me these questions. So I just kind of tapped in, and I said, honey, are you going on a lot of job interviews? And she says, yeah. I said, did you just have one that was really hard? And she says, oh my gosh, it just took every living breath out of me. I said, it did. And she goes, oh yeah. And I said, and did you leave that interview feeling a little bit not so good? Because did you feel like maybe you didn't think you did so well? She goes, I felt like the guy told me, and he was really tough, and he just, gorilla. He was really tough and really hard, and he wasn't very kind. And he let me know that there was a lot of other applicants that were contenders. All the cats on the wall, you see. Okay, all praying, right? Because these cats are all prayers, right? They all hunt, right? All hunting for the job, all hunting for for the same position. So it's like they were all hunters looking for the same thing, and she kind of felt like she was that thing, like they were all against her. You see, that's how she was feeling. That there was this kind of she really intimidated. And so I was kind of breaking down this dream on why she had a gorilla in her backyard. See, the backyard was because it was about her. The backyard represented this dream is about something for her to look at. The gorilla was the guy that she had just done this interview with, that she just felt like he just made her feel this big, you see. And then all these other applicants, all these hunters, these cats, you see. And so, so we have to kind of sit there and kind of analyze some of these dreams a little bit. What does a gorilla mean to you, right? In her situation, what do cats represent? And if we broke it all down, it just came from her nerves of fearing she wasn't going to get the job. And so, and this was like 3 days ago when we had the reading. So, so dreams will show up from life experience, things that you're trying to process in your life that you aren't. So does that make sense? Does this make sense to you guys? So let's see. Hi, Cassie. Okay, I'm always trying to have dreams about my son who's gone. I ask him to come to me in my dreams. Is that wrong? No, it's not wrong at all, Connie. It's very right. Why not? They hear you. Of course, invite him to come in. Ask him, say, please, I would love to have a visit. But here's the thing. Don't put demands. I would love for you to come whenever you feel it's ready. Come. I'm always open for you. I'll be waiting for you with a smile whenever you decide to come. Any time is perfect. Don't put pressure, and don't be down on yourself if you didn't get a visit that night, right? Because that hinders your connection. So just be the person that wants to receive with no expectation of it having to be tonight. Keep that door open and let him know the door is open. Okay, let's see what else. Bring your questions in, guys. Wow, so cool how you were able to break down that dream. Yeah, see, and so I just kind of tapped into that. But we have our own intuition. All of us have our own intuition, you see, and and so understand that if you just kind of take a moment and pause a little bit and just sort of try to make sense of like, hey, what's a gorilla mean? What's a cat mean? Why is it those cats? See, it wasn't a little kitten. It wasn't a house cat. These were like cats that were like in the wild that hunt for food, that are survivors, that will eat prey, so these were not normal little cats. So there's meaning in that. Does that make sense? So there's meaning in that. So pay attention to what you're receiving. Know that whenever you're dreaming, guys, you're being clairvoyant. So look at those images. Isn't that exciting to say that? So doesn't that kind of make you feel good too, to know like, hey, I'm dreaming and I'm clairvoyant? Because you are. When you're dreaming, you're receiving imagery and symbols and pictures. And now it's for you to kind of really try to really evaluate everything that you saw in the picture that was given to you, because it all has information for you, all of it. The girl's backyard, right? The cat, the gorilla, it has feelings with that. It has imagery with that. It was giving her information. Dreams aren't going to give you textbook info. It's going to give you images and pictures that you have to be able to feel into how it makes you feel. And what you feel about those images that you're receiving, that is where your answers are to your dreams. It's not, oh my God, I had this crazy dream about gorillas. No, it's break it down. Let's pause. Let's start with the gorilla, right? Does that make sense? Okay, so I hope that makes sense to you guys. Hi, Andrea. How are you? Let's see, who are you? Hi there. Let's see, how you guys? My boyfriend has been trying to connect all day, and now I get in my car and all of a sudden you're on. So crazy. I tell ya. How are you, Andrea? Let's see. Fiona. Hi, Fiona from Sherman Oaks. How are you? Hey, Ashley. Hey, Kim. How are you? Kat Marie. Let me just wave to you guys. Hang on. Okay, good. So does that make sense so far about dreams? Does that kind of give me a little thumbs up or give me a little hearts if you're getting it? Does it make sense? Because obviously you guys know when I'm doing my lives, I always want you guys to take something from it. I always want you guys to leave knowing a little bit more, understanding things a little bit more. And listen, I'm no dream doctor. I don't have all the answers, but I know a little bit. And so whatever I can share, I want to share, because even if my little bit that I give you helps you a little bit more to help understand some things. And like the beautiful girl who was pregnant and really just having a tough time on, processing all of that, that really helped her by understanding that wasn't her parents giving her a warning sign. That was her soul saying, let's address this because we want you to be good. and by being able to understand that really helped her. And so, so let's just kind of look at these dreams a little bit differently. Yeah. So okay, so sometimes we kind of want to talk about, right, like how do we analyze our dreams, right? So how do we do that? Why are my dreams coming true? Is it a gift or a coincidence? I know nothing is coincidence. Hi, Kat. Why do dreams come true? Well, there are probably things that are already kind of happening in the mix of your life already. So, usually dreams are ways of breaking things down that you've already experienced in the day or in the week or in the month. They've already been kind of formulating a little bit. So now it's just sort of kind of coming together. But bravo. So, I mean, I hope you're enjoying what's coming together. I hope it feels good for you, right? And so let's talk a little bit about the visitations, right? So I have another story. So I love stories. I love to share. Do you guys like to hear the stories? Are you guys into that? Do you guys want to hear the stories? Do you enjoy it? I always like to, whenever I share a story that would be from a client, I'm always obviously I never share names or anything like that for privacy, but 99% of everything that I do I keep very, I don't talk about any of it. But sometimes if I feel it could really help somebody forward, and maybe it came in a way that would be simple for a lot of other people to kind of understand and kind of take on board, then I think that we receive to share, and I think the spirit world give to share. And sometimes it's just nice to kind of share. So I don't know. Is my internet okay on Facebook? I feel like it's not. I'm going to turn off my Wi-Fi and see if that makes it better. Yep. Is astral travel and dreams the same thing? No. Astral travel is you're really going somewhere, right? So you're going somewhere. So no, it's not the same. Astral travel is a tough one because I've experienced it myself. I think I talked about it last time I was on live, where the guides took me to the spirit world, and they were on each side of me, and I wasn't flying, I wasn't walking, I wasn't driving there. I don't know how I got there. I felt like I floated in to the spirit world, is how it felt like. It felt like they kind of took me and I floated in, but they were on each side of me, and I got to this dome place that was all white, and everybody was dressed in white, and I kind of landed from the ceiling in, it felt like. And then all these people were dancing and laughing and having a fun time, and then I kind of landed in there, and then tons of people started running towards me, not running like but coming towards me like they knew me, and I didn't recognize anyone, but they knew me, and they were like happy to see me. I'm like, oh, I got friends. So and I just remembered that. So but I don't remember how. So astral travel, sometimes you kind of arrive somewhere but you don't kind of know how you get there, if that makes sense. But it happens in dream state, or actually this happened in between a dream state. So I wasn't quite asleep yet when that astral travel, I guess I call it astral travel, happened. I was kind of like in between. Definitely wasn't awake and I wasn't asleep. It was like in between. So if that makes sense. Hope that answers your question, Jackie. Makes total sense, Evie says. Okay, perfect. Hold on here. Okay. Let's see. All right, let's see here. You love the stories. Okay, good. All right. Explanations make sense. Okay, perfect. Let's see. Hi. Da, 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 da. Okay. I keep having dreams with my parents. This is from Tracy. I keep having dreams with my parents, playing with my son, saying, "You will talk soon." And he's autistic. Wonderful. So, what I feel into that is that they're working with your son. That's what I feel. I feel when I'm talking about that, I feel like your parents are working with your son. Okay, there must have been a closeness between them, yes. And so they're working with him. You see, and also that's about encouragement. Again, when you have you know dreams, and a visit should feel uplifting. So Tracy, let me ask you: did you feel good about that? Did that make you happy when you woke up and you received that dream? How did that feel to you, right? So what was the message in that? Uplifting. Did it help you feel good? I imagine it would, right? If you have a son who doesn't speak and now he's going to, and they're working on that, so that must have felt good. Yeah. So So wonderful. Okay, let's see here. Let's see. Can your animals visit you? I've had experiences like that. Oh yeah, I just brought in a dog today in one of my readings. Um, and so can, but yeah, I mean, if an animal could come into a mediumship reading, an animal can come into your dreams, of course, of course. Listen, guys, I really believe we're going to the spirit world almost every night that we dream, every night that we sleep. I feel we're connecting with the spirit world because, especially in those times where you wake up in the morning and you feel really inspired, or you feel really rested, or you feel very, I, I don't have proof on this. Okay. So just go with me. But I mean, I don't have proof on this. Um, but I really, really believe that when we sleep, we go to the spirit world and we are with our loved ones all the time. I believe that we're always seeing our loved ones in while we sleep. We just don't know it. We're dreaming, and we're dreaming like 4, 5, 6, 7 times a night. We're only remembering 10% of our dreams, right? So, and when we're in dream state, also we're using a lot of energy when we're dreaming. You know what I mean? So when you wake up kind of really tired, you were probably all over the place, dreaming like crazy, doing all sorts of stuff. I often say sometimes, oh man, I think I was teaching a workshop in spirit, or someone was giving me a workshop. Because sometimes if I wake up really tired, I know I've went somewhere. Also, like work. I feel like that too. So I really think that we're so connected to the spirit world, and I think that we're kind of interacting and interchanging with it in our in our receptive state when we sleep. And that's when your loved ones can come in, right? When you're receptive. So, okay, so let's see. So I have another story. All right. So this is a story that it's about a visitation. Okay. So I did this lovely reading with a woman, and I brought in her beautiful son. And I was aware of, so we gave this beautiful reading and very lovely. And then at the end of the reading, she asked me a question about this dream that she had. And so I'm going to and this was another dream that I dissected for her with the help of her son. Okay. So she said that she was asleep and dreaming, and she was walking down this white hallway, and it was long and it was white and it was white. And then she came across this window to the left, and it was this big window. And through the window, she saw a dragon. Right? Crazy, right? A dragon, right? So she clearly, huge dragon, and the dragon was in a water tank. So this dragon was in this water tank. And so she looked at this dragon and she couldn't believe her eyes. It was huge and in this big water tank, and she could see it moving around. And she said it appeared to look kind of injured or struggling, is what she had said, struggling. And she just couldn't, she's just like, what's up with the dragon? Like, what's happening? And then she saw her son. And her son's on the other side. And then she saw her son, and it looked to be like he was actually helping the dragon, right? And then the dream flipped, and then she kept walking down a hallway, and then she came to another room that had a window, and she walked in, and it was her son laying down on a gurney. And she ran to him, and he got up and he hugged her. And it was so real that she still knows that hug today. And she says he looked a little bit more matured than when he passed. So he looked like he was a little bit older, not much, but a little bit. And she hugged, and she was, how are you? Are you okay? Are you okay? And, and she was very worried about this dream, you see, because her son was with this huge dragon. And as she's telling me this dream that she's having, her son's kind of here, right? Her son's kind of here. And so I'm becoming aware of this visitation, not a dream, a visitation. And she wasn't, and 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 so she was talking about, so she was worried, like, how can I help my son? And so she said that to me. She said, Monica, how can I help him? She was worried about her son. And I said, darling, break it up. Now I was already getting data. I said, you're the mom that was always the warrior for your son. Yes. You were that mama bear. Nobody is going to mess with your kid. Am I correct? She says, absolutely. And you were always fighting for him. She says, yes. I said, darling, your son, when you saw the dragon, did he have fire coming out of his mouth? No. Did he have wings? No. He was stuck in that tank. I said, harmless. She says, yes. And I said, your son is telling you that you have nothing to worry about. That not even a dragon can affect your son. That you don't need to worry about him. That he's well. And he doesn't need you to protect him like you did when he was in life. That you don't need to protect him. That he's here now as he came to hug you in the visit. That he's now protecting and looking after you. That you don't need to worry about him. Here's an enormous dragon. And he's actually so strong that he's actually trying to help the dragon. That he's not worried about. That he's not worried about being in any fear whatsoever. That he's so strong and so good that he can actually give aid to a dragon. There's nothing to worry about, you see. This is what your son is trying to tell you. That you don't have to worry. She goes, Monica, because I'm worrying all the time about him. All the time, like, how can I help him? How can I help him? And so that was a visitation. It was very vivid. It was very clear. She remembers it like it was this morning. There's not a piece she doesn't remember. It was so, she remembers the hug. She felt the hug. She saw him clear. That was a visit. And the only reason why, she left that visitation so happy to see her son, but that fear that she was having, that was her own fear, because in life she was always worried. She was that mom, always worried about her son, always worried about, always, like, how can I do? How can I help him? How can I, that was where she reverted to. So she started analyzing her visit with her son through her own experiences that she had felt in life, you see. So she was getting a little bit confused. So her son was really saying, I'm so good. I'm so strong. You don't got to worry about me. Not even a dragon. Make sense? I thought that was a really lovely little story. And I'm pretty sure I didn't say it as well as her. But anyway, what do you think about that? Because, but think about that analogy, right? So think about that analogy. Here was, again, even in the visitations, showing you something. You're not seeing words. It's not a textbook. You're being shown something clairvoyantly. But are you looking at all the pieces? She wasn't even paying attention to the fact that that dragon didn't have any fire, that it didn't have any wings, that it was, she did recognize, though, that it was injured or it wasn't able to leave the tank. She recognized that the dragon couldn't go anywhere. So she did recognize that. So bravo to her for that. But, think about it. There was nothing coming from the dragon that showed anything to be concerned about, right? And so that's what her son was trying to tell her. And so that was a lovely little kind of visit that she had. So that's a visit, so that's a visit. But in that situation, she was just moving herself back to how she felt all the time about the kind of mama bear that she is, right? Always protecting her son. And so, even today, she still had that need to protect. And her son was saying, you don't need to. I can protect you now. So anyway, what do you think about that story? Keep taking my glasses on and off. Makes total sense. Hang on. Evie says, Monica, I dream very often about my dog who is still alive and well, not sure what that means. And it means that you love him and are you worried at all, darling, about him passing? So pause a little bit. What does that mean? So I have a dream about my dog. He's still alive, but I dream very often about my dog who is still alive. But what do you dream? So give me more data. Like what are you dreaming? So what's in your picture when you're dreaming? Open up that picture. What is that picture sharing with you? What is that picture telling you? What are you receiving in emotions? What are you receiving in the landscape? Where is the dog in the picture? What is the dog doing in the picture? What are you doing in the picture? So this is how we analyze. What are you doing? How are you feeling? What are you being shown? And does any of this associate with any of these feelings that you have, with maybe something else that has happened in your life recently, or maybe a past trauma? So think about that. So open up that picture that you received and give me more data about that, you see, because your answers will sit there. Your answers are always going to sit in that. Yeah? Okay, let's see what else. Hi, Julie. You're a funny woman. Sarah says I'm funny. Yeah. Pamela, my dad has hugged me and I still can feel the warmth of his hug. See, when you get a visitation, the difference between a visitation and, sorry, the difference between a visitation and a dream is a dream is going to fade. Like you wake up and within 3 hours, you've already forgot 80% of that dream, right? Or 50% of that dream. And by nighttime, you don't even remember the dream at all. Like it fades, like it just goes into fog. And then all of a sudden, there's no clarity at all. It goes from clear sky to absolute fog. You have no recollection at all anymore, right? So that's a dream. So, and because we have so many dreams, we're not going to remember all of them, right? But visitations are special because they're vivid and they're sharp and they're clear and you feel them or you smell them or you see them. And even if they don't talk to you, they're giving you expression through how they're looking at you or how they're sitting. Or so always pay attention to how they could just be sitting on a bench with their hands in their lap and giving you a soft smile. And that smile is your message. They don't have to have any words at all. When my dad came to me 2 days or 3 days after he passed, he just showed up about 45 years old in his suit that he used to always wear when he traveled. And he just had a nice smile on and he just looked like in his prime years. And that's it. And then there he was. And then he left. He just let me know he arrived. And he just came in and then he came out. He didn't stay long. He just popped in. But when you have a visitation, there's a purpose why they come in. They don't just come in for no reason. So pay attention to everything that you're receiving, even if it isn't words, right? If it's just expression or what they're wearing or the setting that they're putting themselves in or what you're doing in that's all communication. That's all communication. And when you can dissect all of that, you're kind of being a little bit like a medium because you're able to kind of, take those clairvoyant images and things that they're expressing for you and putting it together, right? So that's what you're doing. And so keep doing that. So, just always make sure. So when you wake up in the morning, it's always good to have something by your bed, right? Like they say dream journals or whatever, but try not to move at all when you wake up. So when you wake up and you dreamt, or you wake up and you had a visit, really just try not to move as much, especially like your eyes, because once you start getting movement, you start getting data. And then all of a sudden it starts taking over and you want to have this as fresh as what you just woke up with, really fresh as you can. So without moving around a little bit, because now your eyes are collecting data. Now your brain's getting involved. And so we want to stay as still and not move as possible until we can just kind of just write it down, before you get up. Don't even go to the bathroom. Just stay in bed and just sit with that a minute and just make your notes. Does that make sense? Yeah? Okay. Anybody have any questions for me? So let me just see here. Do we have any questions? Wow, that's a great experience. Beautiful, wonderful story. Good, honey. Hi, Julie. Can you have the same dream over and over? Julie asks, can you have the same dream over and over? Absolutely. And pay attention to the symbols that you receive in those reoccurring dreams. Reoccurring dreams are showing up for a reason. I remember having a reoccurring dream over and over and over, and it was the same setting in my living room, same thing every single time. It was boom, 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 same dream every single time. And there was absolute meaning for that. I didn't know it at the time. It made sense to me a little bit later, but there was a lot of changes coming for me, and that dream was letting me be aware of that. You see, but I always felt lovely. So anyway, so reoccurring dreams, yes, but there's always data in there for you. There's always knowledge in that for you. So pay attention to the symbols, pay attention to the things that are reoccurring, and then ask yourself, what does this feel like to me? What's my association to that color or to that symbol or to that location or to that place? Does it make me feel joyful? Does it make me feel scared? Does it make me feel interested? Does it make me feel curious? Who's with me in that dream? Am I by myself? Who am I with? What am I doing? What are they doing? So start paying attention to what you're being shown. It's like a movie, right? So when you dream or when you have visits, it's playing out for you. So really be that. Really enjoy that cinematography. Yeah, like really pay attention to everything that's going on, especially the reoccurring ones, because they really are trying to get you to know something for sure. Okay. So anyway, I just got to tell you really quick, guys. If any of you guys are going on my Kisses from Heaven event, which is going to be on the 13th, I'm going to be sending out all the Zoom links on Sunday. So please look in your junk folder if it doesn't show up in your inbox. Sometimes they land in junk folder. So please make sure you look. I'm going to send them out Sunday morning, so you'll have them all. And the reason why I do that is I don't want you guys to have to hustle through your emails for 2 or 3 weeks back. That's why I don't send them right away, so you don't have to, search through all your emails, to find your Zoom link for your for the event. So I just kind of do that as a courtesy. So, but it's going to come. So I'm going to send it Sunday. Just know. So please look for that. I'm really excited for the night to do Kisses from Heaven. I'm going to do a night of spirit messages with loved ones. So I'm excited about that. Also, if any of you guys want to tune into my workshop, that's going to be Saturday sessions with Edgar. It's $15, and it's going to be Saturday. It's going to be once a month, and you can join any month that you want. The next one will be March 6th, and so they're going to be kind of fun, and it's probably going to evolve to anyway, but the first one is going to be this Saturday, February 6th. It's at 9 o'clock in the morning in Pacific time, 10 o'clock Mountain time, 11 o'clock Central time, and noon on the East Coast. It's an hour and a half, and it's going to be lovely. And everybody is going to get a copy of the discussion that Edgar is serving up. So everyone will get a copy of that emailed to them after the session. So you can have and reflect back. And we're going to do an exercise. And this one's a little bit guided on intuition. So they want to talk a little bit about intuition. So it's going to be about your soul guidance. And so that is going to come from the guides. And so that's going to be this Saturday. It's an hour and a half. Should be fun. Love for you to join in if you want and you can. If not, any Saturday. First Saturday of the month, it's offered every month a different topic. But this one is going to be your soul guidance, and there is this flavor of intuition that they want to express. So, okay, it's $15. Okay, so I just want to see here who wants to come on here. Let's just say who this is. Let's see, hang on. Let's see. Hold on, guys. Somebody is trying to go live. Hang on. There we go. I think it's coming. Hang on.
Oh, is this working?
Yeah. Hi.
Hi. My phone went dead. I haven't been in the conversation for the last 20 minutes, but I wanted to talk about not visitations. Did you talk about visitations?
Yeah, we talked about some visitations. So we talked about visitations. You can play it back. It's going to be on my it'll be on my feed again, so you can watch the whole thing.
Okay, I just want to say 63 years ago, my sister died. I was 13.
Yeah.
I had what I consider a visitation because I can remember it as clearly today as it happened then.
Definitely.
And she was in the backyard with my dog who had just died and my parakeet on her shoulder who had died.
Oh, so she's letting you know that she was with them.
With a big smile on her face, saying, we're all fine, we're all together, everything's okay. But you know what happened to me? I woke up that morning and it felt like her dying was a dream, and that, I was really happy and I was going to get to see her. And then it came to me that I was so sad because it wasn't a dream. You know what I mean? She really had died. And so I just feel like that disconnected me from her.
No, not at all. Because that had nothing to do with her. That had everything to do with your grief. That was still you working through grief. And that's the difference. When your loved one's coming in, remember, you felt wonderful. It was in the yard. She had your dog and your parrot, and everything was good and you felt amazing. When you get a visitation from a loved one, it's always uplifting. If you don't get one that's uplifting, then it's not a visitation. You see. So when you start, it felt amazing. It was wonderful. I remember like it was just yesterday. It's awesome. And then all of a sudden, then I started, not feeling so good. And that's you still needing to work through the grief of losing your sister.
Yes.
And that's the difference. Yes. Now that was you being, in real world, in real life, and still needing to process things. But that's good too, because it allowed you to know that you're still working through stuff. And it made you pay attention to that.
Huh? Why weren't you there 60 years ago? I could have used you then. Thanks, Monica. I appreciate your insight into lots of stuff.
Oh, I love it, honey. I can't wait to see you again. You look amazing, wonderful. Thanks for chiming in, sweetheart. And I think you're coming to Saturday sessions, yeah?
I am.
You are? Perfect.
I am. And I feel a little, like you said, and then this is going to develop into, and you paused, and then you changed the subject. So I'm very curious about what you're thinking.
Yeah, well, I'll share on Saturday.
Okay, I'll see you then.
All right, darling. Bye. Okay. Sorry. All right, guys. So that's fun. So, all right, guys, any other questions on visitations or any dream analogy or anything kind of like that? But really what I just want you guys to take away from with today is just to understand that it's so important. I want you really to think of yourself when you're dreaming that you're a clairvoyant. I want you to really understand and process the idea that, you've got these abilities and it's for you to kind of take a look at these photographs, this movie that's being given to you, because clairvoyance is a movie. It's not always still shots. It's, in mediumship, they show you things that are moving, right? And to pay attention to what is being shown to you. There's data there for you. There's information, but don't let that head get in your way and start analyzing. It's got to mean this or it's got to mean that. Just take a minute and pause and just break it down. What does this part mean? Like Kathy that was just on, and she spoke about the about her sister coming, and it was in her backyard, right? Her backyard with her dog who was on the other side, with her parrot that's on the other side, and then there she came in. And she felt so good, but pay attention, and then also, oh, now I don't feel so good. Well, process that. What happened? You were feeling so good. Now what changed? Well, that's her own emotions coming in because she had such a wonderful visit. Then it made her feel sad. You see, but that's her feeling that way, you see. So because that was stuff that she still needed to process. So a lot of that visit was also about helping her pay attention of needing to process some of that grief that she's still working through. So, and so I just want to say to you guys that, dreaming's amazing. Don't worry if you don't remember all your dreams. Most of us don't remember most of them, but, the ones that you're supposed to remember, there's a reason for it. So try to jot it down and process it a little bit and think about, how do I feel about this? How does this make me feel? What's my association with this? Because you'll see that there might most likely be a connection with something that just happened in your life, something that just went on a few weeks ago in your life, something that even back in childhood. Like my mom gets a lot of dreams about being chased. Chase. She's afraid. But this is childhood stuff. She grew up in the war. She was chased and she was threatened with their, I mean, she had a hard, so that's still stuff she processes, and so it shows up all the time that way, I don't know if you really can. A lot of people that I think who've grown up in the war don't really, they learn to function in life, but maybe don't really process all of it, so well. And it kind of shows up in her dreams a lot to kind of help work through it. And so also, like, when you're being, like, let's say you get a dream and you're being chased. Okay. So are you being chased by an animal? Are you being chased by a person? Are you being chased by a man? That all can mean different things, right? That could all mean different things. What's your association to the animal that you're being chased by, or the man, or is there no one chasing you? Just kind of like, you got to think about a little bit of how it makes you feel. And you're going to find your information there. So instead, next time, if you have a dream and it feels crazy, it's like you got a gorilla in your backyard. Say, so what's up with gorillas? What's up with how I feel about gorillas? What do I think about gorillas? Well, they're aggressive, they're big, they can get really mean, and there was that guy who was interviewing her. So if you're just chiming in, you got to play back to understand that story I told. But, so there's purpose. So pay attention to what it is you're receiving. Yeah. Okay. And what it means to you. Hi, guys. Hi, guys. Love. Can't wait. Hi, guys. Good. So, all right, guys. So just to re-clear up, if you guys are going to my Kisses from Heaven, I'm going to send you the Zoom links on Sunday. Please look in your junk folder. It's not going to be coming from Eventbrite. It's going to be coming from me. So please know that. I'm excited for that night. And we're just a little over a week away for that. And then also my Saturday sessions, you can buy a ticket on my website. They're $15 if you want. The guides are always about uplifting us. They're always about focusing on a topic that allows us to step into our life, feeling our greatness, understanding ourselves more. They always very clever. They're doing some exercises also in some of these sessions that I have been channeling with them, and we'll see where it goes. But anyway, so fun always. That they're an hour and a half, and I think you'll always leave lifted, and that's always the desire of the guides when they come in, to kind of help lift us. And so anyway, so if you want to join in, you can get tickets on my website, on my upcoming events page, Saturday Sessions with Edgar. Okay, let's see. Anything else? What else you guys want to talk about? Can you have the same dream over and over? Oh, I talked about that. Wow, beautiful. Love it. Not worried at all, Evie says. Very strange. She comes to my dreams almost every day, being next to me wherever I am, traveling, etc. Last night I dreamt that a dog was attacking her. Evie, do you get a lot of do you feel a lot of security with your dog? Like, do you feel very kind of safe with your dog, or do you spend a lot of time with your dog? Be curious to know that. Is your dog kind of like your number one? That makes sense to you? Let me know. Okay, let's see. Jackie, your next book needs to be a guide to analyzing your dreams. Another book? Okay. All right. Well, I'm just coming off that second one. So, okay, but maybe I do think I will write some more, though, Jackie, but maybe. We'll see. So thanks, Jackie. I hope you're doing well. It's nice to see you here. Connie, I've heard that before too. Wake up slowly. Yeah, you got to wake up really slowly when you want to have your dreams. You got to really make sure that that you don't do too much that allows your mind and your brain now to get involved. I had a dream about, Anne says, I had a dream about my grandmother. It was at Christmas time. It was simple, and she just popped in and said hello. We were at her house. we used to spend Christmas at her house, and she was in front of the tree. Beautiful. It's her way of letting you know that she's still with you at Christmas. She is letting you know that she's aware that you are in her home. She's also sharing the memory of time spent together, right? And that little pop in is just, as I said, sometimes they drop in quick. Like I told you, my dad came in just for a few minutes and then he was gone. He just came and he's gone. They come in with a purpose. So when loved ones come in for a visitation, there's always a purpose to it. It's to help ease you. It's to help heal you. It's to help you forward. It's to let you know they're around you. It's all of those things. There's always purpose why a loved one comes in and gives you a visit, you see. And, sometimes you guys have probably had visits maybe even where you maybe even question, was it? Was that a visit? And the answer would just really be if it was very clear and very vivid and it moved you and it touched you and you still remember it clearly today, like when it happened 3 months ago or 6 months ago or whatever, like when Kathy said, 60 years ago. It was definitely a visit because, they come in with this wonderful energy, and that energy is of healing. And you can't not feel that. It's very different than a feeling of a dream. There's a lot of clarity in a visit, and listen, loved ones don't want to make things confusing for us. They want you to know that they're around. They're always trying to show up, and they're always trying to give you signs, and they're always doing it, but sometimes it is in that dream state or where they can come in and give little quick visits or little meaningful visits like, some of you guys have experienced. They can, because you're more receptive, you're more relaxed and you're not in the way. You know what I mean? Sometimes we get in our own way from receiving. And we just do. That's called life. It's being busy. It's being active. It's, got a lot of things going on. That prevents us from being receptive to receive. So they choose the nighttime or when things are quiet, or even sometimes you might even feel loved ones when you're just sitting quietly having a cup of coffee. I often feel spirit come in that way when I'm just sort of in my zone. I'm just kind of relaxed, but I'm present. Yeah. So I'll often feel a lot of energy come around me. So try that too. If you're trying to kind of practice on feeling them around you, maybe try that, like a nice, something that you enjoy. Like I like my coffee, and just kind of be in that wonderful receptive state. So anyway, okay. Hi, Sarah. How are you? Hi, Ellen. Oops. Hang on. Okay, here we go. All right, let me see. Oh, you guys, oh, so good. All right, guys, perfect. If any of you guys wanted to do a live, if you wanted to pop on, you can now, if you guys wanted to. I love, Andrea, your comment there. That's awesome. Okay, good. So wonderful. So anybody else, guys? Is there any other questions? Let me just see. Julie Foster says, I am clairvoyant. Yes. And you know what, guys? We all are. We really all are. And, sometimes it just shows up in our dreams. So isn't that kind of cool? Now I bet you guys all want to go and dream tonight, huh? It'd be really interesting to see how many of you guys actually dream tonight after we have this live. Because now you're kind of collecting this data. Now we have our focus here. We're talking about dreams. I wonder how many of you will actually dream tonight. Be interesting to know. Let me know. Okay. Connie says, you gave me a new way to look at my dreams. Great information. When is the Zoom link being sent for Saturday? Hi, Lisa. It's going to be sent, well, first of all, it's not this Saturday, it's next Saturday, right? So Kisses from Heaven is going to be Saturday the 13th. And that is, and so I'm going to send the link on Sunday this week. So you'll have it Sunday. So look in your junk folder and your inbox. It's going to be coming from me, not Eventbrite. And you'll have your meeting ID, password, and Zoom and all that. So I do it on Sunday. I do it a few days before the event because I don't want it to be lost in, tons. If you get as many emails as I get, they get buried. And so I just try to avoid that for you guys. So I do it a little bit sooner to the event. So it's going to be Saturday the 13th. So you'll receive the Zoom link this coming Sunday, okay? Which is 6 days before the event. And I'm looking forward to it. Let's see, the dream became an... Yes, before a lot of people passed, my mom and I had a dream of a beating heart. And we both touched the heart in the dream, and it became an angel telling us that our family was in for hard times. My grandmother died a week later, and then Dad got cancer. Yeah, but I also feel, also though, a beating heart also can distinguish a little bit of being there to help heal you through it. So I just feel there's a little healing in that message as well for you. Um, from the event site email, I believe, when you signed up. Oh, okay. Thanks, Sarah. Sarah's replying to Lisa. From the event site email, I believe, when you signed up. I'm going to send the emails from my personal email. So I'm going to send an email from Eventbrite letting you know, look for an email coming from me. And you guys are all going to get your Zoom links for the 13th. So just know it's Saturday the 13th, and you're going to get it on Sunday. Okay, so just let you guys know that. When we were wait a second. Hold on a second. You guys talking about this Saturday? When is the Zoom link being sent for Saturday? Sorry, Lisa. Okay, you're talking about Saturday sessions with Edgar. Sorry. Okay, yes, sorry, I got a lot going on. Okay, yes. Saturday sessions from Edgar. I am going to be sending those out on Friday. So Friday, you're going to receive those. Sorry, guys. So Friday, Saturday sessions are going to be sent to your inbox Friday. So you'll have it Friday, so you can not have to dig too deep. And Kisses from Heaven is going to be on Sunday. I'm going to send those on Sunday. So sorry. Okay, so Saturday sessions, everyone will get their email on Friday. Okay, if you guys choose to buy a ticket on Saturday, please do it earlier in the day so I can get that email to you also. Okay, so all right, let's see. Okay, sorry. Thanks for clarifying that. Yes, I forgot. Yes, I have to send Zoom links for that. So it's in my calendar. I just I didn't talk about that. Let's see. Elise, when we were searching for my missing son, 28, about the 10th day, he came to me clear as day. He was waiting here at the house, and I walked up on the porch, and he was kicked back in a chair, and I was like, "What are you doing?" And I fell to my knees. Oh. And I hugged him, and he rubbed my back and told me, "Mom, you are just going to have to accept this like all the other passings like Nana." And I woke up. Wonderful. But do you remember that, darling? So that was a wonderful visit from your son, and he hugged you. How lovely. And, hugs are amazing when they do that, isn't it? Like, when you just feel that. So I bet that's something that you still remember today, like it was the day it happened, and it still touches you and makes you feel happy when you think about that. And that's a visitation because, within that, there's always purpose. And within that purpose, there's always healing and there's always upliftment. And that's the spirit world, you guys. Where your loved ones are, that's the spirit world. And when they see you down here, they don't want you struggling. And so they will do whatever they can, whether it be having a mediumship reading, whether it be coming in a visitation, dropping coins or something that allows you to think of them, whatever it is, pay attention. Be more in that present moment, paying attention to these little things, songs that come on, things like that. They're always communicating with you. And certainly in visit. That's a lovely visit, darling. I'm so happy for you to have had that. Lorraine, I need a reading, but you're too expensive. Okay. I'm really not. I'm really not. Are you sure? Because I feel like I'm a lot less expensive than most. But I understand. Also, just so you know, Lorraine, I do 30-minute readings, and they are even less expensive. So if you're interested, you could try a 30-minute reading. There's lots of information that comes in 30 minutes, so you can always do that as well. Sandy Clark, so excited. See you Saturday. I have a dream last night and have remembered it all day. Good. It was about a treasure hunt, and I vividly remember trying to find my son's backpack. Ooh. So let me ask you something. Did you find your son's backpack? What's in the backpack? So kind of play with that, dream a little bit today. Now that you've had this session here today, like I said, a lot of us are probably going to dream tomorrow, right? So, but now you had a dream last night. So start taking in what we talked about today and try to break down that dream a little bit and break it down. What does the backpack mean to you? What does the treasure chest mean to you, right? So start breaking these things down and try to get data about how these things feel to you. Yeah, and try to keep in mind the vividness that you receive in those dreams. Pictures. Connie says, "Thanks, Monica. You gave me food for thought." Sandy Clark says she's worth every penny. Aw, I have seen her several times and has helped me with the loss of my son, who came through with great messages. Wonderful. Thank you, Sandy, for saying that. I appreciate that. I'm always so happy when my readings touch my clients. And again, it's your loved ones doing it. I'm just their car, but I love being their car. Let me just say that. So, Connie, yes, I can't wait to go to sleep and dream. Good. I feel like I'm dreaming now. It's really good. I love it. You guys are great. Your show is great. Oh, thank you. When will you do another Kisses from Heaven? Hi, Lori. I don't know. This is I've always done those live in front of an audience, so I've never done them over Zoom. So we'll see. I'm going to give this one a whirl, and let's see. And if people are enjoying it, and people are happy, and they enjoy, and then I'll do another one. So maybe I guess if I would do another one. Well, I don't know yet, but I will let you know. I don't know. Okay, let's see. What else? Hi, Cheryl. Amazing hearing this today. Wonderful. Where are you located, Julie asked. I am in Orange County in San Juan Capistrano in California. Where are you? Let's see. You guys are so cute. Okay. Hi, Boule. How are you? How you guys doing? Is everyone doing good over here? Okay, perfect. So anyway, okay, guys, I just wanted to come on a little bit. I was inspired to do a little talk on dreams. It came to me as I was driving the other day, and I always trust when I get guided. When I drive, I get a lot of downloads, and again, I'm kind of more receptive when I'm driving because I don't have a lot of things I can do. So I just tend to kind of enjoy that space. And I believe Spirit really utilizes me in that time. And they give me a lot of inspiration and things that they want to move me in different directions. And so I always pay attention. And I recommend that you do it too, because believe me, when I say that I get inspired a lot and things are coming my way and leading me and guiding me, it's the same for you. Happening for you too. So pay attention and move on some of these inspirations that you have and move with them, right? I mean, you got nothing to lose, and it could be so wonderful. So usually when we're moving with things that are inspiring to us, because they feel good and they're going to be good. And so I just go with it. And so I recommend you guys do the same. And I love these hangouts. I love chatting with you guys. I love coming on live. And I'll come on again. I don't know about what. But I'll come on again, and I want to say thank you so much. And I really loved the talk, talking with you guys. I loved all your questions and your comments and all of that. I so enjoyed this community that we build and form, and I thank you guys so much for giving me the love all the time. You're always giving me such love, and I'm so grateful, and I'm so appreciative. So thank you guys, and looking forward to all of you that are going to that will join in on Saturday sessions with Edgar this Saturday. And I know that a lot of you can't make Saturdays. And I know I've gotten a lot of emails from a lot of you who've asked me to move it to another day. And right now I just need to keep it on Saturdays. So I'm sorry about that. But it's always a work in progress. So we'll see where it goes and where it needs to go. And if it could be change to another day, I'm open to it. I just can't do it now. So anyway, so I'm going to commit to those Saturdays. And anyway, for those that can join in, I really look forward to working with you guys and sharing the messages from Edgar, the guides. And, I really believe they're kind of like our spiritual coaches. I certainly know they've coached me a heck of a lot. And so I know I've gained so much from their wisdom. And so, so I look forward to you guys joining in for the continuation of like Letters from Spirit. So, okay, guys, I'm going to chime out. I have to take my dog for a walk. And thanks you guys so much for being here. And I love you to pieces. And be amazing, stay healthy. And until next time, okay? See you later.